Alrighty, we're cleaning house today. Got a few things to do. So after putting everything together in small unit tactics, I've thought of two easy splits where I can pull mods out of them, standalone mods. The first is the binoculars and the second is the time grenades. I've already done the binoculars ability and now I'm just doing the grenades. And mostly good, except I need to do some cleaning of wasted variables and stuff like that. So time to clean up those variables. Timed grenades, effects, primed grenade. We got line 56 and 55. Ticking grenade. Line 22. Next up, primed grenade. It's a whole bunch in here, so 127. Don't even use these, they were probably just used for debugging at the time. So we can remove both of those. Next up, 89. Target ref is not something we use. Affected tile. Not something you use. Unit state. It's not used. Explode locations. Those were both things I used just for tracking, figuring out what was going on, debugging. Alright, 40. The effect obj, I don't use that in this case, so we can remove that. The new effect state doesn't get created either. This effect, does it get used? Doesn't look like it. So we can get rid of that. And the effect object doesn't get used either by the looks of it. So we're good to remove that. Alright, now we go to ticking grenade. Uh, 46. We don't need you. We don't need you. And we don't need you. Okay. Looking at my list now, weapon manager is next up off the chopping block. And we don't need ability name here. Alright, look at all those abilities. Okay. 417. Fire, no explode. Okay. I'm missing a class that I should have copied over from small unit tactics. Alright, where were we? Alright, so I just gotta plonk this in here. Sorry, I'm just off screen right now. We'll be back on in a moment. Right. Alright, in the meantime, we've still got a few things that I can resolve in there. So the fire no explodes should be fixed now, but we do need to go to 340. Get rid of the proximity mine effect and the proximity mine condition. More conditions. 1.7 action point cost. Not necessary. $139, the proximity mine stuff. More proxy mine stuff. Alright, fire no explode. Alright, that's it. I'm just going to run a build. See what it has for me now. Now there's one little improvement we need to make here. At the moment I'm just replacing every instance of SUT launch, well actually the first instance of SUT launch grenade. But having looked at the ability setup data, I should be able to do something a bit better than that. Anyway, actually I'll just fix the last things in the build before going a bit further. So primed grenade.uc. We'll start from the top, 99. Doesn't get used at all, so we can nix that. Alright, next up. $79. The ability template doesn't get used. Grenade template doesn't get used. No, it doesn't. That's right. Effect. Nope. Source unit also does not get used. Alright, anyway, back to what I was talking about. So, you enjoy that math homework, Robo Jumper? You just wait. You got a job? Job will suck up all your free time. Just like that. I thought I must not have got saved. Oh. Alright, so this logic here is no good because there are multiple instances of launch grenade, one for every single ammo type. So we want to actually iterate over it. And to be honest, we don't even need a new data concept here. So we're going to get rid of that. Oh, no, we won't just yet. Right. Set up data.length. Okay. And then once we're in here, we go if index dot template name equals launch grenade. And we're going to do a check to see if the source ammo ref is one of our grenades that we've actually done stuff with. And if that's the case, then we do our thing. So what we can do here is we can lean on timed grenades. Static is timed grenade. And then use setup data index dot what is it? Source ammo ref, I believe, but let me double check that. CD. So I haven't fully digged into how this whole ability system works, but if you're listening, correct me if I'm wrong. My assumption is that XCOM game states for abilities only exist in tactical when after being constructed through this finalized unit abilities sort of concept. So the way it works, theoretically, is that this ability setup data, like this is what constructs abilities. This concept of template names, templates, source weapon ref, and source ammo ref. So in this case, with the loaded grenade, so we've thrown grenades, source weapon ref is actually the grenade, which is kind of funny because now the grenade launcher goes into source weapon ref, and source ammo ref becomes the actual grenade, becomes the grenade in a launcher context. So that's what we're going to send over to. Thanks for that clarification as well, RoboJumper. So yes, we're going to sling that source ammo ref over, and we're going to use that to verify whether this grenade fits within our context. Make ourselves a static function. Is timed grenade. Yeah, it's because of the way they've assembled the launched grenades and the grenade. Like, yeah, it makes the gameplay systems a bit fairly simple. But yeah, there's some weird interactions because of the way they do it. I mean, it makes sense why they did it. Anyway, what am I looking for? Get game state for object. Game state for object ID. I mean, this is of course, but I'm an idiot. So. What are grenades? They'd be an item, wouldn't they? Get item range. M item template, get my template. Yep. So this could be a grenade. Right, so this will be XCOM game state item. Right, so grenade state does not equal none. Return false here. False. And then we'll go return what am I doing? I'll just do a grenade state. Get my template name, and then check with timed grenades because it's part of that template list. Yeah, frag grenade, flashbang, frag grenade. Oh, good. Okay. Alright, this is the point in the stream where I always forget how arrays work and have to just find out what their thing is, their interface is. It's just find the index. I do like index none as a constant rather than negative one. Something about it makes me feel good about using it that way. In theory, that should be it. Okay, so we do this, and if that's the case, then we kick it off to this other type, and that's really all we need to do. Yeah, let's see if that compiles. Nope. I must have made a mistake somewhere. Oh, the eyes. The eyes have it. To be honest, it feels a bit weird being refactored unsolicited, but I do appreciate it because what's it called? With small unit tactics, when it came time to add in Overwatch, because of the work you'd done with ability pairs, it just made it so easy to bring in Overwatch. So I do appreciate it, but yeah, it's certainly a bit awkward being refactored without sight unseen. That all that said though, like I'm trying to, like, it's a strategy that's actually worked out pretty well for me. Thus far is like building a little bit rough, but like knowing what I'm trying to achieve with it. But then also like splitting out mods as they make sense, because it helps me keep the code quality up, or at least contain sort of the amount of things interacting with one another into one place. Like encourages me to extract more things out into config and that kind of thing. And I have a feeling what's going to end up being Guerrilla War as an overall concept, it's just going to be a mod with like a bunch of things that massage templates and maybe some config and stuff like that, and then declare all the dependencies of all these other mods that I'm building, which I think is going to be a superior way to build, partially because, like, you know, everyone will be able to pick and choose what they want from the systems that I've built, but also in terms of improving the code quality. I think, like, yes, it could be a bit of a rabbit warren in terms of code, but I think it encourages better practices rather than worse practices, considering we're already building on a big ornery system. Anyway, I'm distracting myself. Okay, well that works. Before I try and get them all running side by side, I'm going to... I still need to pull a few things out of small unit tactics, so I'm going to do that now. Right, we don't need you anymore. Hopefully, this thing doesn't crash while I'm in the middle of this, because of course it will. To action, fire, no explode. Show ticking grenade. I remember that one. Spawn impact actor. Is that one that made it over? Because I need that in timed grenades. Yeah, that made it over. Prime targeting method. Did that make it over? Sure did. What else we got here? X2 ability grenades has got to go. Alright, I think that's a lot. So now, what I just need to do is clean up the bits of small unit tactics that are still referencing that. So X2 downloadable content. Load grenade profiles needs to go, and load lockdown abilities when primed. This bit here, no longer necessary. This might eventually reference more than one weapon, I reckon. But we'll move on from that first. Weapon profiles, armor profiles. Launch grenade is such a weird ability. Why didn't they put it on the grenade launcher? Because that just makes it more confusing. Even though it's... anyway. It doesn't make sense. They should have put the ability on the grenade launcher. Squad side I can understand. Oh yeah, I understand that the source weapon is a grenade launcher, so the visualizer equips the grenade launcher and the unit goes. But I don't understand the reason why they put it on the class when the grenade the ability comes from the grenade launcher. Like, on a functional level, it doesn't make sense, because then you can't just put the grenade launcher on anyone. Sort of like putting the slash ability not on the sword but on the ranger. I'm pretty sure they did that too, and I just, like, from a modding standpoint, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Not that it's a particularly hard one to get past, but yeah, it just doesn't feel right. Sorry, what do you mean I reversed XCOM? I'm just modern like any other modder. Nothing too special. Alright, well, that built without issue, so guess I'll just clean up the code while I'm here. Yeah, the guys who did all the binaries and hex editing and stuff like that were the Long War guys. Script kitty, bro. Get over yourself, mate. If what I was doing was trying to impress you, sure, but I'm not. Yeah, we need the Fury Road. That's bait. It's like really transparent bait too. Mate, I charge out 125 an hour to make websites for people. I'm doing alright. I don't need extra money. Well, what are you doing? You're embarrassing yourself. Alright, can we build? Alright, well, if it works, it works. Let's take a look. Okie dokie. Let's have a look-see. Got small unit tactics, timed grenades, and battlefield survey. We'll turn off Long War 2. From reinforcement missions. And I have no idea what happens with recovery turn system. Nothing good. Delayed evac, that's fun. Extract courses. Okay, there's a few things on the config that we need to remove. Otherwise we're doing alright. It's over 9,000, it's too big. Alright. That's showing up alright. Yeah. Okie dokie. Oh good, he lost interest. It is interesting to try and get a rise out of people when about scripting, like scripting languages, and like, because like half the world is scripting languages now. Strategy uncooked. Oh, that's right. I forgot the uncooked run uncooked with DLC problem. That's the problem. You're right as always. Alright. Let's get rid of the grenades here. They're somewhere else. That's the one I'm missing. Should start up correctly this time. With any luck.
While we prepare for new operations and continue our research, we can pass time by scanning at sites like this one. On your order, we'll start our scans on the surrounding area. Commander, one of our resistance contacts just tipped us off to a...
I don't care. Get me to the first mission. Thank you. Alright, specialists. Granny. Sharpshooter. Ranger. Okey-dokey. That's everything we need to test. Wait, let's see if we've got binoculars available, which we do, and check them on our specialists. I think it'd be interesting to balance the binoculars ability by making it a cone targeting ability. That'd be pretty cool, but probably not as easy to code. Alright, Alright, both of them are missing help text, but I guess I'm under the assumption that they both worked. Let's we need to fix lock text, so we've got it for snapshot, aim shot, throw grenade, prime grenade. We've got those two as well, but we don't have launch grenade. So TG launch grenade is missing. We've got long survey. And binoculars are so useless in. It really is balanced. It's so useless to use in urban combat situations. It'd be really good for facilities though, that's for sure. That said though, we can get some good value out of it the moment we get to a scouting position. Got to get another icon for it, in my humble opinion though. Cool, let's just test priming grenade. That localization worked. And the other one is test launching, which we'll come up to this corner to do. Alright. How about you come over here? You can use your grenades over here and we can see how valuable they are now. Much more valuable. Still missing stuff though. Alright, let's chuck a grenade out there. Be nice to match the colours eventually. Alright, gotta throw this frag. Oh, that's right, no area damage. I wonder how well this comes together using a binoculars and binoculars as a spotter. Get anyone? Sure did. Does the sniper now have his chance? Sure does. There's a pretty heavy reduction in squad sight. Yeah. I think we could still allow for that sort of strategy with some sort of setup ability that allows a sniper to say, I'm going to set up in this position and it needs to be low cover and it needs to, like, there's a whole bunch of conditions you put on it. Like, it can't just be standing out in the open. And you'll slowly, like, get your lose off your cost. But obviously you have to stay in there for a certain amount of turns or something like that. I don't know. Do it again. Ah, now you're in trouble. And I mean, like, all of this is counterbalanced by the fact that if you're why didn't you step back into cover? Or back out of cover, rather. Yeah, because here comes the reinforcements, so it's not exactly the best thing that I'm killing time here. They don't know what to do with this information. It's absolutely cheesy. But the thing is like, you're never going to win a mission like this. The reinforcements come in and they freak out, and the thing is like, say you've got a proper AI and you get them to start rushing, and then they get kicked off, and then you have to do something else. Like, it'll all come out in the wash, I think, in the end. But for the meantime, let's abuse it. Because if we're going to run a strategy, we may as well figure out whether it's viable or not. The unfortunate thing is I'm on a time limit anyway, so I'm going to lose this mission unless I get moving.
The aliens have found a way to mind control them now.
Oh, dear God. Yeah, let's get moving, see if we can still win the mission at this point. Get him. That kill him? Yes, it did. Funky pool. And the thing is even if like there's definitely room for cheesy strategies because the system has got more going on in it, I think it's still important to try this stuff. Because if I'm not going to try it, then it's just going to be really hard to know whether it's, whether it's fun. Don't panic me. No panic. Yeah, whatever. More guys. Lovely. If we can just get close enough with a specialist, then we can still salvage this. She got a shot? Not really. Alright, all he needs to hit is once, so he'll get it for sure. Yeah, we're not going to get this objective, that's for sure. Our ranger's taking a bit of beef. Okay, we'll lay suppression down on this guy. Stop him from shooting our ranger so the ranger can take out the sectoid. Surely dead. Nah, not gonna do it. And just spray it again. Alright. Take an overwatch. See if we can get through. We better be getting ready to leave. Oh, these ones. Oh, that's right. Oh, missed it. So yeah, this is why it's not too cheesy, because now I'm in trouble.
1-5, you're almost out of time. The detonator is about
Oh, reinforcement missions. I didn't choose reinforcement missions, so this isn't an evac mission. This is a kill everything mission. Oh wait, no, we've got reinforcement schedules. Yeah. Here we go. We've got the Sky Ranger call. There we go. So we draw back to this position. Wait, where are they? Yeah, we can draw back to here. Maybe on this roof. Yeah, that's a good place. That's the Alamo. Can we get in range for a pull? I reckon we can try and pull the crate from here. Let's see.
Menace 1-5, this is Avenger. We have positive confirmation of the target package. Need to acquire.
You want cheesy? This is cheesy. She's dead though. No panic. Ah, and she can't see it from there. I know. Beautiful. Alright. Let's discourage these boys. I should have taken a shot before I fired that grenade. Only a single hit, so might as well use it on someone who can actually die from it. There we go. Alright, better run back to my cover. Now he shouldn't get damaged by that, with no environmental damage, but we shall see. You missed. But this is nice. This feels like the kind of firefight I want.
Commander, the package has been destroyed.
Alright. We'll make a retreat in a moment. Get her up to a cover spot. And she can take a shot. click this one off because we can. Those flares are the delayed evac. I don't drop it down, so normally it'll look fine if it was on the floor. But the idea is that's the exclusion zone. So if they penetrate that exclusion zone before the Sky Ranger gets you, then the evac is a bust, and you have to sort of hold out for another couple of turns before you can send it back. It stops cheese of the evac variety. All right, we got to back off. What's in here? Is there a cover position I can take? Yep, here. Cover the retreat. You can get up to the high ground. Maybe he just backs up one. Oh, stun lances. That's right, the force level is going up with the reinforcements. Nice. Yep. Mouse is complaining.
At first, Advent deployed non-lethal stun units for crowd control and the occasional protest. We don't see a whole lot of that anymore.
Alright. Who gets to lose their head? I choose you. Oh, he's got no ammo. Can pull back. And you can pull back too. Just covered by an assault rifle. You can wait, you might need to help next turn. Oop, jeez. That's nasty. Oh dear. The environment damage needs to get tuned down on the magnetics, that's for sure. And this is one of those, like, the theory is anyway that like magnetics should be a penetrating weapon, so most of the penetrating weapons shouldn't actually end up being a something that you can use in that way. Well, that was fun. I enjoyed that. Each weapon was serving a specific role, which felt good. Environment damage needs to get tuned down. It's bad. Alright. Yeah, like you say, oh yeah, the visualization system is a good idea in theory, but man, is there some weird stuff that happens on the field. All right. All right. Yes. Launch grenade. Right. Well, since we're going to do it, we may as well go troll through the grenade profiles and get them all. I'll just put that on another page. Okie dokie. Firebomb. And of course the function names couldn't possibly be the same as what I've got in front of me, so I reckon if I rely on that I'll make a mistake. So I'm just going to have to go through each of them and check their names. Firebomb Mark II. What am I doing? I don't even know that one's still in the game. Probably is. There is a incendiary grenade. Alien grenade. Flashbang grenade. Smoke grenade. Smoke grenade Mark II. Without a capital. Capital K. Gas grenade. The Mark II of that. Acid grenade. Man, I tell you, these guys aren't interested in the Hague, that's for sure. Love it in what's it? XCOM Apocalypse. I mean, it's just straight up biological warfare. Once you like, rather than using munitions, it just ends up being biological warfare as your way of winning. All right then. I guess that's what would happen. All's fair in love and alien war. Poison spit blob, no. Acid blob, no. EMP grenade, yes. Give the enemy some tools that have immediate. Alright, we're not doing proximity mine because our thing won't actually do it right. So that is all of them. Got the locked text there. All good. Log weapons and proximity mine to our timed grenades. Alright, better add that to a repo. Feels really weird making stuff like it totally makes sense why I'm making timed grenades a mod, but it totally doesn't make sense to just, I mean, like it's always going to be a composite mod because like you put timed grenades in the game and all you're doing is adding a heavy nerf to something that realistically, like it just doesn't function in the Alpha Strike style of the game. It just doesn't work. Composite mods. Oh, you're always building something that adds to something else. Have you got any bigger projects on mind, or do you just like to bolster everyone else's? What the hell am I doing? No. Okay, that's timed grenades up. Just build it. I created an XCOM project. Go me. What am I doing? Let's close you. Jump back into you. Yep, we're good to go. Okay, so what happened in that one is we removed binoculars and timed grenades to their own mods. Okay. Well, that was fun. Now what? Well, we may as well start another mod. Let's start another mod. That'll do. File, new project, empty mod, classless. Classless, everyone's calling their thing a classless system. This is a system with weapon specializations. What would you call that? I mean, it's a flexible loadout. You can just equip anything on anyone. You have a veterancy tree, and then you just have weapons experience that taps into some other things. So we're gonna have to have an armory menu, a loadout, a loadout screen of our own for that. Yeah. But what do we name it? What do we name it? How do you mean? As in, you get a different skill tree with the left as opposed to the right? Or do you mean their officer system? Like their additional sort of stuff that they're doing with the AWC and that kind of thing? I really need to play more with that because I really don't. I haven't gotten that far in Long War, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, it'd be nice to see what the prior art is. Yeah, and with an AWC tree, an officer tree, a class tree. That's like what I want to do is so there's the veterancy tree, which is all very sort of like it's like a lot of passives and stuff like that. So that's just sort of the base line. There's no classes there, and then yeah, potentially there's a command tree, a weapons specialization tree. Yeah, so essentially, you can build your classes into anything. You could probably it'd be nice to be able to say, hey, you can tag your people, because yeah, by having these different trees, it gives a bit more flexibility. And I just want to make sure that so you can choose whatever weapons, but you can build up that weapon speciality, and then Psi can become more of a support thing rather than a magic class, which is what it sort of is just a magic class, and I want it to be more like a support unit, especially if there's panic systems involved. I think the Psi as a unit, like lore-wise, and I think gameplay-wise, it makes sense for them to be a kind of bard, so their abilities like Solace and potentially like curing panic and all this sort of stuff makes a lot of sense on Psi, and you would still get those unique traits, but through them building them into their own thing. I think like as long as everything is balanced against each other, like while I understand the sort of the simplification that classes are attempting to arrive at, like they're just as vulnerable to being typecast as any other thing. Anyway, this is the thing I'm going to try. If it doesn't work out, we'll throw it out. Alright, we'll just call it GW classless. Guerrilla operator. Yeah, I think that's the only way to encompass all the concepts that I'm putting in my head here. What do I call it? I can always change it down the track. I've done it before, I can do it again. Alright. No, that's not what I want. That's it. That's all we'll commit to for now. Right. Let's make some folders. Right, config. Source. Give me some Unreal script in there. Wow, I didn't name it. Alright, anyway. I think the class system needs to give a level of control, but it also needs to sort of, like, yeah, you need to be able to control it, but I think there should be some things that are out of your control, and actually have an impact. Like, I find Darkest Dungeon possibly verges a little too far in the not actually having impact sort of category, because what it ends up doing is sort of just being a whole lot, like, really watered down. I don't know. Like, all those perks exist, but because they're all just little stat buffs, you don't really attribute as much personality to the, like, I think actives, like, passives are important, but actives help you identify with the classes, because actives determine what you actually do with them, like the actual things that happen. I don't know what the best way to communicate this, but this is just been my thinking on it. What the hell am I doing? I shouldn't be working in that. Alright. Yeah, I'm going to be finishing off soon. Yeah. I gotta spend some time thinking on this before I carry on. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see what I'll do next with this. But yeah, build a class tree, investigate how the UI stuff works, so that I can add armory stuff without messing with other stuff, and go from there. Alright, I think that'll do for me. Take it easy, man. See you around.